who's back. A couple of differences going on, but anyway, I want to talk to you just for a moment about being your true self. Sometimes your true self is putting on some extras that you normally wouldn't put on because you're trying to be somebody else. But I said that to say this. I feel like me today, this morning, I feel like uh, wherever I've been, I'm back now, and it's me. Lots of people are the same way. Some people are just not that way, but I'm a unicorn. I'm different. I like to be different. And I glow when I'm different because that's just me. When I'm trying to be something that I'm not, um, low key, it's just not me. So I said this to say that. Outfit of the day, compliments of Lord, yay! I wore this outfit the first time, and I've got so many compliments on it, and so many other people went out and got it. I think it's awesome. I think that Walmart needs to do a collab with me, along with some other stores. As I mentioned, that Target as well. I want to do a collab because of what I'm going to wear for the day, the outfit of the day. And I'm saying all this just to get it out of the way so it won't distract me from what I'm about to say later on. But anyway, I'm going to wear it with this. Y'all unicorns unite! I'm going to wear it with this because it's different. Yeah, and this has a little gold on it, and I'm going to wear some gold shoes with it. But this little backpack, let's see if I can get it on. This thing is gonna be so unicorn-ish. It's gonna be cute. I just might wear this on the whole time that we're talking. Nah. Anyways, so that's what I'm wearing for today, and some little gold slippers, and I would put them up there, but it's neither here nor there. So, but anyway, what we're going to talk about today is some programs that I've been looking at along with what I'm going to be doing today. Lots of you probably looked at it's this series called 600-Pound Life, and there are people who are trying to lose weight, and they end up having to always go to this one place in Texas to this one doctor, now Jordan, I don't know what his name is. But anyway, I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about the other show, Hoarding Alive, because I've always looked at these shows before, but because I wasn't in my right place, I never saw what you can get out of these shows. The 600-Pound Life show, I looked at that, and I saw on this one episode where there was this young lady, and she had some kids, and she was saying her husband didn't want to help her go where she needed to go to get the help that she needed to lose weight. And so she ended up getting a cousin of hers. And this little guy, I mean, when I say little guy, he may be about, I don't know, I'm guessing 5'3", 5'4". He opted to help her, and she was over 600 pounds. He opted to help her to drive 16 miles, 16 hours to get to where they needed to get to. And first of all, he had to get a vehicle for her. He had to, I don't know if he worked, I don't know if he had needed time off or whatever it is, but along with that, I noticed that he had, I don't want to say, it seems like there was something wrong with his arms. They were a little short or what have you. And I'm thinking to myself, how is this guy going to help her and her kids to get where they need to get? And it looks like he has an issue himself, but it doesn't look like he's letting it get to him. So anyway, to make a long story short, which I never do, he is pushing this young lady in this wheelchair. His little arms are so, they're short, but he's managing to push almost 700 pounds of weight in this wheelchair. He got her into the van that he had. They put her in the back. After 2 hours, she said she couldn't travel anymore. She was tired. Her legs were hurting, which she did have she had a lot of weight on her, but it looks like she also had other issues with leg edema or swelling or something like that. So after 2 hours, they were supposed to be on the road for 16 hours. After 2 hours, she needed to get to the hotel. So he took her out of the van to get her to the hotel. He got her there. He helped put her legs up. He went and got her something to eat. Now, this whole time, this little guy, I could see how he's holding his hands. There's an issue with him as well, but he's doing the best he can to be able to get her where she needs to go. And they ended up getting back on the road. They ended up getting on to the hospital, talking with the doctor, and the doctor normally tells everybody before you get the gastric bypass to help you lose weight, you have to start losing weight on your own so that we'll see this isn't a waste of time. So I ended up maybe falling asleep throughout some of it. I don't know, I was tired that night, but when I woke up, I could hear the doctor saying, you didn't lose the weight that you needed to lose, and we're not going to be able to do the surgery again. And I'm thinking to myself, all this time, this guy was trying to help her to get where she needed to go. She wouldn't even help herself. She wouldn't even sacrifice what she needed to sacrifice to help herself. Seeing that this person is around her trying to get her where she needs to go, and she still decided she wanted to let her, I don't know, the issue that she had take over. And this guy wasted his time. Saying that to say this: sometimes we put so much into what somebody else is doing, they're not even putting that much into it themselves. And you end up being heartbroken. You end up being exhausted, tired. You're not even yourself anymore because it's like you're putting in. So I'm saying that to say this: look and see how much that person is putting in themselves before you jump in to say you're going to help out and save and rescue them. Because this guy went and wasted all his time, all his strength, even to me, with the ability that he probably didn't even know he had to be able to help this person, and she didn't even want to help herself. Strange. I'm going to get off of that kick and you meditate on that for a second. And I'm going to get into Hoarding Buried Alive. Hoarding Buried Alive. I've looked at this show so many times, and my husband Sherman usually says, "Well, you look at all that depressing stuff." And all. To me, it's not depressing. To me, it's like that little disclaimer that they have for children that said, "Don't do this at home." So it's like, don't do this at home. Look and see what not to do. But in the middle of looking at that hoarding situation, it's like people have gathered so much junk into their lives, into their houses, into their whatever, and it's overflow. We can get that whether it's buying stuff, whether it's food, whether it's listening to other people's foolishness. I mean, that can hoard up your life. And then when someone comes along to help those people, they give justification every time as to why they're gathering all this stuff. And some things could be valid, and just need treatment or therapy or what have you. And some things it's just the fact of they just want to be that way. If somebody wants help, I'm one for always jumping in to try to help. But if somebody doesn't want help and they just want to waste your time, take a note from that 600-pound life scenario I gave you, as well as Hoarding Alive. Some people just don't want help. Some people just want you to nurture their issues. Don't do it, because everybody's put on this earth to do something. You have a destiny. You have something that you are supposed to do, whether it's that or something that you're supposed to do to help somebody else. But make sure that they're also putting in their part. Segueing on to this next section that I'm about to do. I'm on my way, and I guess I'm wearing my unicorn clothing because it's in my little backpack to go along with it, because I'm feeling good, because it's something that I'm about to do today where I am helping somebody who's helping themselves. In a previous video I showed you Kambua Steele, and she is the director over the Kamkamani Youth Project there in Kenya, and she's still over here in the States for maybe 2 or 3 more weeks. And she mentioned that, in our conversation, she didn't say, "Hey, come help me" or anything, but I called her to see what she was doing, and she said, I think that was on yesterday, and she said, "Well, I'm doing what I usually do. While I'm in the States, I go to Goodwill and I go and look at all the areas, and I go and pick up some clothes for the kids back in Kenya." That's somebody who's on their grind still. She and I, we kind of parted ways a little while because, things got a little different or whatever it is, but my heart has always been for those kids. So I knew this time was going to come back around again. I knew it. But that's what I'm doing today. She and I, this is what she wants to do. She wanted to go to the Goodwills and look for shirts and t-shirts and things for the kids there at Kamkamani Youth Mission in Kenya, because they're going to have a big Christmas party. And their big Christmas party is the fact that she's going to be bringing them some clothes. She's going to be getting them a great meal. And this is what she's already promised them. She wants to do some decor, and she wants to get some Bible-filled Christmas films. And when she told me about it, it was something that's so simple, but it made me happy and made me want to be a part of what is going on and what's continuously going on. So to say that, I mentioned about that 600-pound life TV show and Hoarding Buried Alive. Sometimes we have so much in us that needs to come out. Even sometimes it comes out in weight. You eat so much or whatever it is, but sometimes you do need to be given out to other people so that you're not buried alive, even with your weight, even with some, you can sit into so many ministries. You're in church all the time or whatever, and you're not giving anything out. That's basically hoarding. You're hoarding your talents. You're hoarding your gifts. You're hoarding what God has given you to be able to help someone else. So I jumped on here really quick because I don't want to keep making long videos or whatever, but this was just on my heart and I had to put it out there, that stop hoarding the gifts that God has given you. Start giving back out, but ask the Lord to lead you where. Because it's like, I want to give, I want to do this, but I don't know where. So then some people just completely stop. Try the Spirit by the Spirit. You know, the Lord's going to let you know exactly who you need to give to. Some of you may not be saved. You may not understand what I'm talking about. The Lord, I pray for you. That you come into the knowledge of Christ. In the meantime, be a blessing to somebody. Let the Lord lead you to who needs help. Pray for those who cannot get stuck out of their own selfish or hoarding situations, or sometimes life just causes you to get bottled up and hoarded up. But today, if you're looking at this video or if you need to share it, get free. Get free so you can be the you that you're supposed to be. And that's what I'm doing today. So I feel like I'm back in uniqueness, is what some people want to say, you're a unicorn or whatever. It's your own uniqueness that you've been given by God to be able to complete out the destiny that He has called you to do. So get free, be a blessing to yourself too. Don't hold yourself in somebody else's category of who they think you ought to be. Get free, and get free today. Comment, subscribe. More than likely, I really just want you to comment and let me know that you're getting free, because I know I'm not the only one who's been bound. I'm not the only one who, I mean, you can blame everybody else, but sometimes you allow yourself to be bound because of what other people think of you or what you want them to think of you. But be free. Be free. Anyway, that's my short take on today, and I'll see you later.